Today we are creating this makeup look with my ABH palette as voted on in my community poll. So let's get into it. But none of this stuff is new. It's a full face of nothing new. Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's an early morning here. It's super early right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and put on my makeup. So I thought I would bring you along for the ride. I wanted to share with you the weird dream that I had last night and what I got woken up to, and like how strange the timing of all of that was. Anyway, we'll get into that. I was abruptly awoken by my dogs drinking my first cup of coffee. Okay, it's pretty early. I'm gonna just clip my hair back and I'm gonna share all this with you while I put on some makeup. I'm going to be doing a look today with one of my ABH palettes as voted on in my community poll by my subscribers. So if you would like to participate in which palettes and stuff that I use here on my channel, be sure to subscribe and look out for those community posts. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to be picking from one of my ABH palettes. I don't know which one yet, but I have a few of them here in front of me. Once I get to my eyes, I'll figure all that out. So as I start waking up, my voice is probably still a little raspy. This is the first that I've spoken other than me running through the house as I woke up abruptly. Literally, I had no clothes on. Of course, this is the one morning that this would happen on the night that I didn't close all the blinds in the living room. I normally do close all the blinds all throughout the house. Yeah, anyways, so it's like 4:40 in the morning. 4:42 is what I saw once I got back into my bed to check the time. And I'm deep asleep, okay? Deep asleep. And all of a sudden, I hear my baby girl screaming at my dog, my very, very senior rescue. She squeals because like that's the only voice she has. She can't like bark and howl and stuff like that like most dogs. I really believe that her voice box was cut as a puppy so that she wouldn't be a whimpery puppy. I'm sure she came from a breeding mill. That's a different story. Let me not get off on that. Anyways, I wake up to her howling in the kitchen. They sleep in the kitchen. She's just howling so loud. And the other day, I saw a baby scorpion, the second one that's been in my kitchen since I've lived here. And yeah, the first time I stepped on it, it was not fun. I forgot to tell you, I'm not going to really be focusing on any of the makeup, but like I'll show you what it is. And hopefully the lighting isn't too washed out that you can see a little bit. But none of this stuff is new. It's a full face of nothing new. So, there's really no need for me to focus on the actual products because it's all stuff that's in my shop, my stash, and that you have probably seen me use time and time again. I'm running through the house. I turn on the light and I'm worried that there's going to be a scorpion attacking my baby. Well, as soon as I turn on the light, she starts screaming and I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? I thought maybe something had gotten into the back door, like the dog door or whatever. And, or I don't know. I just didn't know what to expect. Like she's never done that before. She's never just like woken me up howling like that in the middle of the night, screaming, terrified sounding or whatever, because she only howls when she gets scared. And so she was screaming. The dogs weren't barking though. So I was like, what is going on? Then I was like, was it a scorpion that bit her? So I was looking all around. I was lifting up all the dog beds and everything. And like, as soon as I had opened the dog gate, they took off. They ran straight to my room, to their couch in my room at the foot of my bed. I'm in there looking around. There's no scorpion anywhere, thankfully. And then I'm like looking around. Is there an animal that like is in the backyard that maybe came in and out of the dog door and she scared them away when she saw that it was a stranger? Because like I have motion lights all through the lower part of the house so that when they're walking through in the dark, they can see. So I turned on the back patio porch. I'm out there completely butt naked. Like I wasn't really aware all this happened so fast, and I came from a dead sleep that I wasn't really consciously aware that I'm standing outside on my patio with the lights on in my backyard, butt naked, looking around, trying to see if anyone or anything had come into my kitchen and was running off. and there was like no broken glass. The door was locked. The doggy door didn't look disrupted by any other creatures. I didn't see any signs of a scorpion, no indicators that anything had like run out the back door. Like there was nothing. And so I have no idea what she was screaming about. But so after they had come back into the room and I'd come in after I cleared the space, I came back into my room and turned on the light and checked the time. And that's when I saw that it was like 4:42. I was like, oh my God. So they start promptly snoring on their spot on the couch. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm up. So I got up and I made my coffee, okay? But all right, let me get on to telling you what it is that I was dreaming about. Okay. So I was sleeping really deeply, all right? I was sleeping heavy. Like I'm a little out of sorts this morning right now, so pardon me. But anyways, let's get on with it. Decided to make my coffee, and I was just like thinking, what a strange dream that I was crazily awoken from. What I was dreaming about was though I had my little babies, and there was this like, okay, so instead of finding a lost child, like when you have little kids and you're at the park or whatever, and a child like sticks to your kids and then ends up coming to hang out with you, you know, instead of like finding a lost child that I'm looking for the parents for, in my dream, I'm sitting at the table talking to whoever was there in front of me. But, through a partially open window, a little puppy shows up. And this little puppy is like lost, and I'm like looking at my dogs and I'm like, hey, where did your friend come from? Where does this friend live? Like, you know, whose house, where does this friend belong? Which house does this friend belong at? And I was talking to my dogs like as if they were my actual children in this dream of mine. And I was like, they were telling me, like I was actually expecting them to respond. And they were. It was the strangest thing. I was just kind of like having this strange dream of where I was getting this dog into my car with the doggy child of mine that knew that dog, and driving them home to go and tell their parents, hi, your baby came over to my house and, you know, I fed them and now I'm bringing them home. Kind of like when any of the neighbor children would used to come over and play at my house when my boys were little. It was the craziest dream. It was so weird. And like, I know I just summed that up super quickly as if it was like no big deal. But like, that was pretty much the quick gist of it. That wasn't the entire dream. But it was just really strange. And so, yeah, I don't really know what that was about at all. But before I prime my eyes, let's pick the palette. That way I'm not like drying out my primer on my eyes. I kind of wish I was doing this live so that you could tell me which palette you wanted me to use. But the point of the community post that I made was that I would pick the palette, you would pick the brand. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick the palette. These are the palettes that I'm gonna choose from for today's eye look. So I've got the ABH Nouveau palette, the ABH Subculture, as well as the ABH Primrose. So yeah, since none of these palettes are new by any stretch of the imagination, I figured it didn't really matter. This is more of like a low-key just hang out, get ready with me, you know, like watching the whole makeup process come together and just like hanging out, chatting and stuff. Yeah, I've got to go like do some errands, like go and get government documents pulled and stuff like that today. I don't have to do a super low-key look. You know, I can go in as colorful and fun as I feel like, and I probably will. Okay, So let's take a look at my palettes. I have to be really careful with my primrose because I have a broken shade there that I haven't been able to figure out how to fix. I've tried it and I just keep like losing shadow. So I'm not touching it anymore. I might actually replace this palette. Yeah, I might. And I did actually use that one not too long ago. I did not film it, sadly, but I did use it. I have not used the Subculture except for maybe like once or twice, and I feel like it would be really fun to play with this palette today. I don't know. I feel like this, because this palette isn't available, maybe I shouldn't use this one. I should either use the Primrose or the Nouveau because those are available. But I might just play with this like in my own time, spare you from that. Okay, and then we've got the Nouveau, which looks like this. Yeah, I think I'm going to play with the Nouveau. If the Primrose didn't have a broken shade, I'm pretty certain I would have chosen that one. I don't like having to be super delicate. Like I can't show you what shade I'm using and stuff because it's all broken. So yeah, I might go buy me a new Nouveau. No, wait. No, not the Nouveau. I might buy me a new Primrose. That one is pretty old already and it's been broken the whole time and I hardly used it because again, it's broken and it's annoying. And here I am letting my eye primer dry. Oh goodness, girl. Okay, I'm really out of sorts because it is so super early. Like I'm really looking forward to the sun coming up. It is so dark. All right, let me just put on a fresh coat of some eye base in the area that I really want it to be sticky because I don't like my eye base to be dry when I start going in with it. Since I'm wearing a black and white shirt, I can literally do anything, which is refreshing. I wish that we had some sort of like a deep green that was a matte to go with this. I guess I'm going to use this shade here. I'm going to start off with a Sigma E25. Requires a little tap to shake off any like over excessive product. You don't want to tap off too much. Like honestly, you don't even have to tap off. You just need to be real careful how you pick up. But because I do like to go in, here I am letting my primer dry again. Anyway, because I do like to go in kind of hard with some color, I would just rather, tap off so that I can pick up a little bit more pigment. I'm going to try to do a halo shape today just to see, and I apologize if you're new here, and okay, if you're new here and you're not familiar with me, and I just like jumped into this and didn't even introduce myself, I apologize. I'm still waking up. I'm starting to get a little more coherent now. So yeah, let me take a moment to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Michelle. I love to play with my makeup here on my channel and just hang out with you. So if you're looking for a makeup friend here on YouTube that will provide fresh content in your feed every single week, that doesn't really pressure you to buy stuff, you know what I mean? Just enjoys playing with makeup, then yeah, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. It is absolutely free to subscribe to me. So subscribe to my channel down below and yeah, say hello in the comments so that I can welcome you to my little community here. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of a halo eye. I struggle with like trying to get a halo eye that I like the shape of, but I'm going to try to just do it. I'm using the same shade, but I'm tapping in super lightly on the color so that I cannot get it quite as dark in the inner corner. I don't like my inner corner to be that dark, but in order for it to be a halo eye, you do need color on that area. So I just go in lighter than I do on the outer corner because I still want that like smoky dark outer edge, just for it to like accent the shape that I like, even if it is in a halo. Because it's still like my eye shape that I'm trying to shape, you know what I mean? It's just the look of the eyelid that I'm trying to change with the halo. So I still want the outer part to be shaped the way that I normally do it, like with my little dark 7 and stuff. I just don't do the rest of the lid the same way. Like the same way as I normally do. I hope that made sense. I don't even know if it did because again, it's like super early. The sun hasn't even come up and I'm not even coherent. I don't even know how people film this early in the morning. I feel like that's a good start, kind of. Yeah. it still gives that like elongated upward almond, but he's sleeping so deeply. I'm glad y'all are sleeping after y'all woke me up. Anyway, it still gives that like elongated upward visual of like the normal shape of the eyeshadow that I do, but it's in a slight bit of a halo type of a vibe because I've got that open side there. So let's see if I can pull off the rest. And I'm gonna probably deepen up the outer edges too, but before I get to that, I want to do something with the color here. So let's see. I feel like I'm gonna take this color here, this like crazy teal blue to brown shifty color. I can't really remember what it looks like. Ooh, it's got a lot of tap off. Okay. Like some of these I tap off. Shimmers I tap off a little bit harder than I do my mattes. All right, let's see. Wait, the halo should be bright, not dark. Okay, so I'm gonna just line this on the outer edge of the halo shape. Let's just see. I don't even know if this is like gonna turn out okay. He's awake now. That's his I just woke up snorkel. That's the difference between a snorkel of him trying to breathe and a snore. All right. I'm not even sure if you can tell that there's a shimmer there. Yeah, it catches the light. Okay, and then I'm gonna do something brighter there in the middle. I think I'm gonna do that super fiery orange shade, which is kind of strange because it's like, so far I've got an olive green, a teal blue with a little bit of like a brown or purple type of a shift. And then I'm gonna put in like a fiery orange. Like, I don't even know if that's gonna turn out okay, but you and I will find out together. I think I went too high with the shimmer on that side, so now I gotta bring it up over here and try to make it look intentional. Yeah, that messed it up, so I'm gonna have to do something with that, but at least I'm like keeping the basic shape. I'm definitely gonna be deepening up the inner edge and outer edge with this dark brown. Oh, hi. Good morning. Anyway, all right. So now I'm going to try to do a bright shimmer. I'm going to go in with my MAC shader here, the orange one, and I'm going to use this bright shade here. This is like the most fiery shade in this palette. I love it so much. Ooh, yeah. I know it kind of looks a little disjointed, but this is what we're doing here today. There. Kind of did just like fade it in a little bit. There. And okay, for once, I feel like it actually does look like a halo eye, and only because I used such a light color in the middle. Usually, the colors that I use are a little bit too similar, a little bit too monochromatic, and so it just all starts to kind of blur together. And maybe that's because I don't know, quote, how to do a halo eye according to like technical standards or whatever, but this is how I do my halo eye. So, you know, you can do your halo eye however you want to. Whatever works for you is how you should do your makeup. Obviously, I mean, like, you know, if you want to do it like the pros do it, then do it like the pros do it. But if you want to do it however you figure out that you seem to like for your eye shape or is easier for you, then just do that too, you know? I mean, just do that instead. Okay. So I want to take I'm going to take this little bitty brush here, but it has been used. So I'm going to just wipe off the tip. I think it was used for a light shade, so it's not going to be a big deal. I'm going to go into this really dark brown shade here. I know when this palette first came out, everybody was super upset about the fact that, I'm not going to say super upset, it's not that deep, it's an eyeshadow palette, but you know what I'm saying. They were just like wishing that this shade here would have been a matte, and I totally get that. But this was like one of the first palettes that opened me up to using a dark shimmer as my deepening up shade, and it was, oh my God, that scared the crap out of me. My husband just snuck up on me and grabbed my butt cheek. It's like a creepy Halloween hand. You scared me. He might have moved some things around. Okay, I don't even know where I was. Oh yeah, I was putting dark shade out here. So yeah, this was one of the first like palettes that opened me up to using a dark shimmer, since I didn't really have a choice, and I actually really liked it for that. Okay, I can't tell because it is just like so dark. Ooh, I love how that kind of gave me a little bit of a lifted corner, like that lifted shady eye within a halo. I don't even know if that's like normally how you're supposed to do a halo, but like that's how I'm doing. Okay, this dark brown shade is kind of irritating my eye. It might be because this palette is so old. That's been happening to me. Like I used my Makeup by Mario palette, my Ethereal Eyes palette the other day. I posted a look of it on my Instagram. If you want to follow me on my Instagram, you're going to have to let me know like down below what your Instagram handle is so that I can accept your request or search for you and request you, because I have my page on private and I have it kind of like locked down because I really don't want a lot of people following me. You know what I mean? Every now and then I'll go through and like remove people that like either don't interact with me or that just like, I don't know, I'm not vibing with or whatever. Anyway, yeah, but I shared a picture of my Makeup by Mario eye look the other day on my Instagram, and oh my God, because that palette is like 2.5 years old now and it only has a 12-month shelf life, it irritated my eye so bad. So sadly, I'm gonna have to throw that away. But I think, I don't know if this was a dream or what, but I think I saw that Makeup by Mario is coming out with a palette that is kind of like a cross between the recent Cool Tone Neutral palette and the Ethereal Eyes, which if he is, this is perfect timing because like I'll pick that up. But yeah, I knew that I should have picked up a new Ethereal Eyes, but honestly, like it's very much like the Tarte in Bloom, in my opinion. It just has a slight difference in the formula, but like you basically can get the same vibe from the Tarte in Bloom, or so I remember, and maybe just top it off with like a bit of a sparkler. Okay, I feel like this is a pretty good halo eye for the top, and I really like the way that that looks. Okay, so now I need to figure out what I'm going to do at the bottom. I think it might be fun to use this shade here on the lower lash line to kind of pull it out from the top a little bit, and then do a spot eye with this on the bottom so that it kind of has a little bit of a brightness in the middle, but it's not the exact same as the top to where it just looks like a black eye bruise of light. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to take this lovely flat brush from It Brushes for Ulta. I love this brush so much. This is my favorite like flat brush for the under eye. My actual favorite under eye lining brush is this one here from Singe Beauty, this like little bitty skinny flat shader one. Anyway, all right. So I'm going to take this It brush here and put that on The back half just catches a little bit of light. I'm sure it'll look a lot better in the daylight also because it is still pitch black. And it probably doesn't help that I still have my light blockers out. Yeah, I see the sun is coming up, so I need to probably go and open my blinds. I'm so glad that the sun is finally coming up. I'm so thankful for the sunshine every single day. Oh my God, there he is giving me bunnies. I literally didn't even know you were right there. He's so funny. Okay, I'm gonna use this. Ooh, it looks maybe too bright. I'm gonna do it anyway. Like too orange bright. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, it's enough to catch the light and make it look different, but not be so bright that it competes with the upper lash line. So that is actually the perfect accent to the top, in my opinion. It definitely would have been too monochromatic if I would have done the same shades from the top to the bottom, in my opinion, at least for the look that I was going for. I really do like the way this turned out. Okay, so now I want to do, I can't use this shade here if I remember correctly. This is one of the pressed pigments. So is that one. So is that one. No, it's this one, that one, and this one. The three that I haven't touched. I can use this one. So I'm going to use this one to just blend out a little bit of the top. Wait. I would like to use this bright purple shade, and I do have a MAC single that I got that's an actual eyeshadow to use in place of this for whenever I want to use this palette. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get, did I get shadow mail? No. I'm going to grab my MAC single, which makes me so excited because I have not used my singles in forever. So let me get that. I'm also going to get the MAC Shroom, which I got to replace. Okay. So I'm dipping into my MAC singles that I use to stand in for these two shades here. And that is going to be these two right here. So here, here's the name of the MAC singles. I do share what shades they are and stuff, like what shades I use to replace it. Oh, the one that I use to replace the actual inner corner one is the Natasha Denona 5-pan mini. 5-pan full size. Hold on, let me go get it. Okay, so this is the palette that I use to replace that cream shade in here because this is a pressed pigment. And so, yeah, I'm going to use these two eyeshadows instead of those two pressed pigments. So let me start off by using this cream shade from the Peak palette. And I'm going to go in with a kind of soft rounded Sigma E44, I think it's called. Let me I'm pretty sure that I'm done with that ABH palette. So let me just put that away. Hold on. But I do want to use that really pretty purple shade too. I just want to put a little bit of brightness right in here to highlight the inner corner. Yeah, see, I just like the way that looks better. See, you tell me which side do you prefer? The halo. See, it leaked down. No, I put it down there on purpose. Do you prefer the halo with the inner corner highlight, the cream matte, or without it? You can let me know. I'm going to go ahead and put this in here now. I wish I could get another one of these Peak palettes. It was so nice. I really love it. I know it didn't get a lot of love and a lot of people decluttered it, and I almost decluttered it myself, but that's because I really didn't give it enough of a chance. Okay, I think that's good enough. I do want to just, on the very, very tip of this brush, do want to just put a little bit here in the arch, tiniest little bit, like not enough for the eye to really notice, but enough to just give it a little bit of a lift. Okay. So that's it for the cream shade. Now I'm going to use the kind of purpley shade from MAC. This is the shade that I use in place of the ABH one, and here is the shade name. Just gonna take this like giant blender, this E25 Max, and softly use this purple shade just to kind of add a little bit of a fun interest as I blend out that edge. Yeah, just for, ooh, look at the difference that that added. That's really fun. I have not played with this color in so long. I just feel like that really helps to keep that shade from being so green, and it gives it a little bit of interest into that like dark teal shimmer that has a little bit of a shift. There we go. Okay, a little different. I like it. So that is the finished eye look. I'm not going to add any eyeliner or anything like that, but I am going to add some mascara. Here is the finished look for the day. Let me give you a close-up of the eyes. Let me take a good look at it. I really love it. I think it turned out really fun. Let me show you. I hope that you can see the little hint of like slight bit of purple that kind of plays into a little bit of that shimmer shade, and how that middle shade kind of shines into the deep outer edges. I absolutely love this really unique grungy look with the ABH Nouveau palette. Yeah, I had so much fun playing with this palette today. Did I do blush yet? I feel like I did. I can't even remember what I did. I don't think I did. Let's add some blush. Yeah. So to complete the look, I'm going to use, no, you know what? I am so bored of this palette. I'm going to use one of my ABH blushes here. These are my only powder ABH blushes. I'm going to use this like peachy one. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to buff my face again for the final look. I feel like I got some darkness right there, but it's fine. I'm just gonna go run some errands, so it's all good. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I put on my makeup of the day. I had so much fun playing with my ABH palette today. I hope that you love the look as much as I do. Let me know what you would do different down below, or, you know, let me know whatever it is that you want to say that's kind or constructive down below. I love to read your comments there. Don't forget, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel. Wait, I got a hair going across my face. I feel it. I would love if you subscribe to my channel. It is absolutely free to subscribe to me. So hit that subscribe button down below and make sure you click the little bell to all so you don't miss any of my uploads. And if you did enjoy today's Try to Get Ready with me, then be sure to click the like button so that I can know. And I'll try to get more of these up onto my channel for you. So yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. And I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you are in the world. Till next time, bye.